So, the second tee of the Duke's course for the members, but it's the first tee for the players playing in a pro tournament. And as a starting hole, it's a short par 4 that doglegs from right to left. Now, it's not a long hole. If you hit driver here, the danger is you go through the back of the dogleg and you get yourself in the wrong position. The ideal shot down here is a draw. So with that in mind, it makes sense to go for me with a 3-wood. With a bit of extra loft, 15 degrees in the 3-wood, teed up, helps me get the draw spin shape. And if I get the ball to fly 200 yards through the air, it gets to the top of the brow of a hill and it will run down and will probably go driver distance with help from the ground. So it's a 3-wood shot for me. I can never play this hole without thinking about the 1985 Masters and little Mike McLean, not a big man, only 5'8", weighed about 12 stone. He took a 7 down this relatively easy hole. He was 3 over after one hole. Pretty horrific start. But guess what? He shot 67. So the other 17 holes he played in 8 under par. A fantastic performance for not a big hitter. So it's a positional hole. We're looking for a draw off the tee, so I'm going with the 3-wood. Okay, so we can see that there's a fir tree with a sort of diagonal top. That's the middle of the fairway. I'm going to aim at that point and hopefully draw the ball around the corner. So the tree with the diagonal top is my send line, and having chosen my send line, all I've got to do is shape the shot. Okay, so Simon will tell you the ball departed a little bit left of my intended line and then turned over. So I'm in the left rough, and the problem was not that I drew the ball, but I didn't trust my start line. If I started the ball on the diagonal top tree, I'd have been fine. But unfortunately, I started the ball a little bit too straight. But it's important to clock what I did wrong. You see, if I hit the ball left, I might go to the next tee and then block it, and I've shot the instant party. It wasn't my hand's fault. They did a great job. I drew the ball. The problem was I didn't start the ball on the line I intended. Okay, so as I explained, I pulled the ball to the left. I'm in the semi-rough. I've got a shot of about 120 yards. And what I need is a hook spin. So you might imagine that I need something like a 4 or a 5 iron. Well, that's great. But if I try and generate hook spin out of this very fluffy lie with a 5 iron, the ball's going to come out very, very quickly, a bit of a flying effect, and it's going to be very hard for me to shape the ball from right to left. So what I'm going to do is take a more lofted club, something like a 9 iron. I'm going to play it off the back foot, I'm going to turn the face in. So what happens then is I'm going to get quite a strongly lofted shot, something close to a 5 iron, but because I'm using a 9 iron and the added loft, it's going to give me more purchase to draw the ball. So when you're looking for a right to left spin, loft is your friend. If we're on the other side of the fairway looking for fade, we'll be talking 4 iron or 3 iron. Okay, so here I go with my 9 iron, which is my 46-degree club. Now, Simon's got it framed, so you should be able to see the flag between the trees, but I'm going to send the ball to the right edge of the bunker. So here's the flag send line. I go around the circle. I'm now aiming to the right of the bunker, and I'm playing the ball back at my stance. Now by getting the ball back in the stance, I'm making the face straighter, but it means I've got less grass. If I have the ball in the centre of my stance, all this grass is a problem to me. But by stepping sideways, playing the ball further back, I'm going to get more purchase on the ball. So here we go. There's a little hook spin shot with a 9 iron. So I don't know if Simon can see the ball scampering down there, just short of the green. And I got the ball to hook. So, just remember, the ball was surrounded by grass. I played the ball back in my stance. That lessened the amount of grass that I took. It gave me a strong angle of attack. I had plenty of loft on the club face as a 9 iron. So the ball out came relatively low, but if I'd hit the same shot with a 5 iron, it'd have been far too volatile. I'd have probably found myself on the bunker, or worse still, on the 3rd tee. So I've played 2 holes and I've hit 2 indifferent shots. Both end up in semi-rough. My second shot to the first and my tee shot on the second. When you're going for a shape of shot, it's essential that you overcook it and undercook it. So if I'd played the draw shot just now and hadn't turned it over, I'd be bunker or worse still on the 3rd tee. But because I made sure there was lots of right to left spin, it's done a pretty good job for me. Okay, so if you're trying to hit a draw, make sure it draws. If you're trying to hit a fade, make sure it moves from left to right. If you're going for a low shot from under trees, the part you're going to get is the low part. And if you're going over trees, you've got to get the high part right. So always have the sort of most important key thought for that shot. So I was playing a draw, I overcooked it, but I got away with it. So here's a shot that requires a little bit of loft and then it's going to release. It's an uphill shot and I've got my 8 iron. So it's going to be a classic little chip and run. I'm going to have the blade of the club between my feet, not the ball. I pull the club up my sleeve slightly and the only thing I'm worrying about now is the pace with which I hit the shot. Okay, so I didn't read the break very well. The ball swung away to the left and put me in a zone I might miss it. But I'm pleased with the fact that it was a blade and ball contact and I actually got the weight of the shot right, and invariably that is the key. In this particular case, I didn't take account for the strong right to left slope. Okay, let's see if I can scramble a par with the putt. Okay, I've got about an 8.5 to 9 foot putt. It's severely left to right. It's lessened by the fact that it's an uphill putt. So where it's going to move, it's not going to move as much as if it was a downhill or a straight or a flat putt. So I see the ball just on the left edge. That's my aim point. So I've chosen left edge. I must now hit the putt with the appropriate pace. I'll take that every time. So when it came to chipping, I got the weight of the shot right, but I didn't read the break. And I forgot to do it. You can forget that a bunker shot to a green or a chip, you've got to take into account all the contours. Luckily, the putter bailed me out and I got my 4.